Hello, everyone. This is Kill Me Horde. Welcome back to Control. This loading screen is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I would have started about 5 seconds later. Oh, well. Alright, what am I doing? I gotta go to the energy converters for my time limit stuff. I want to get more health. Health is important. Oh, I got another personal mod. Alright, okay. I gotta go to the energy converters. That's where it said the enemies are. There's gonna be some special enemies here, and I gotta take care of them. They're major targets. I'm gonna get some quest rewards out of that. That's all I'm here for. Blah. Fuck. Okay, G, right here. So I'm gonna put on launch efficiency on top of my health recovery. So now I can hopefully launch more often. Stay in here. I just died. That's what I get for getting stuck in a tiny room. Like, you see, this is what I hate whenever they fucking throw me into the fights like this, and they keep me in these tiny ass rooms. Like, these tiny rooms, they ain't doing nothing for me. What are my missions? Kill enemies and executive. But marshals and research. How am I supposed to kill enemies in a... Okay. I got it. I got what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go back to... We're gonna fast travel to the mail room and hope that some spawn in the mail room so I can just kind of kill them, you know? I gotta kill some with headshots and slap some with launch. I could kill like 5 of them with launch or something. It's not bad. Whoops, made the game too quiet. Let's go turn it up all the way. Spawn enemies. Enemies, please. Enemies. No enemies. How about those enemies? Let's get us some enemies up in here. Enemies? See there, I got some headshots in. There's dead letters. Shut up. I need enemies, not bullshit. Something's going on up there. I'm gonna go look at that. Oh, I'm going in. Never mind. I am not going in. A personal mod of energy boost. Let's look at that. 10% more energy. I only have to kill 2 more enemies with launch. And I gotta get a few more headshots in.
Hope has asked us to document the hiss incantation, as she calls it.
You mean like in person?
In person, with a pencil and paper. I think she...
See, this bullshit. See, the problem here, okay, is that there's only like so much of Central Executive. There's not a lot.
Trying to get us killed.
There's not a lot to go with here, and a lot of it's kind of half protected by our people. So it's like, the director's office is this way. So I'm gonna go to the director's office and see if they'll like spawn out over there or something. So here's my office. They still haven't cleaned up the blood yet, but, you know. It is what it is. They didn't clean up the blood, but why do we care? Like, this is a place where I would have enemies spawn at. Oh well.
Can't get over what happened to Booker, to Smith, the others. Why did they start acting like that?
No, this is what I'll do. This is what I'll do, okay? We'll go to the countermeasures, okay? I'm going to abandon this one. I don't have Pierce. I don't have Spin. Why Executive Sector? Can you give me something that's not Executive Sector? Executive Sector. Give me something better. See, this is just killed the charged. I can do that. That's just wherever. That doesn't actually have a space. Can I do Spin yet? No, I need more Ritual Impulse and Source. Okay.
They're stuck in my head.
Yes, there are other outfits I can make her wear, but I don't have them unlocked yet. I can go to the containment sector right now. No, we're going to research sector. Research sector is more important. We have to find Marshall. Marshall is somewhere, but we need to find Marshall. Marshall's very important to us at the moment. Just at the moment.
Welcome to the research sector of the Federal Bureau of Control. I'm Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Somebody thought this video would make for great internal communications. I'm looking at you, Mr. Tomasi. So, this is where the magic happens. Anyway, I've been here for 24 years now. I've always been here. And through those years, we've made astonishing discoveries, authored studies of grave importance, and in all this work, there is one thing we know, and that's how little we truly know. Rest assured, we're committed to keep pushing the known laws and borders of reality, and to make the Bureau proud. So, welcome. Assuming you have the necessary clearance, and do follow the safety protocols. Read the manual. Otherwise, bad things will happen.
Research sector, huh? Home of the Bureau's mad scientists.
We love research sector. Plants complain. So I was just wondering about the plants and research. Is it really necessary to sing to them? I mean, that janitor does have a nice voice, and the plants sure seem to like it. Maybe he could just switch it up a bit? I'm getting pretty tired of the tango. Where did these plants even come from? No one seems to remember when they were planted, and people like them a bit too much, if you ask me. Are we being invaded by houseplants? Worth looking into. Dr. Lewis. Yeah, like these. Like, what the fuck's that about? Synchronicity. Synchronicity is a phenomenon long recognized by the wise, but only recently given a name by science. It is how we rationalize events connected by no identifiable causality, yet clearly conjoined in purpose. How does a dream foretell an event in the physical plane? Why do hounds bail at the death of their master, which has occurred miles away? The world is unified in ways we do not yet understand, and sometimes we stumble across these invisible unseen chords and wonder at the result. The visionary Carl Jung laid the road. Now we must walk it. My fledgling research department will make it our mission to reliably reproduce behavior by the close of 1959. Once done, the mechanics of synchronicity will lay themselves bare in due time. We are striding into the future of science. History may not remember our names, but God himself will. You're in the way. I'm in the way. Something's going on down there. Oh, enemies. I'm gonna go up before I go down. Fuck that camera. Oh, fuck. Fuck you. Here's Darling's office. The Bureau spent years studying why objects of power transport users into the astral plane when touched. My predecessor, Dr. Ash, theorized that a potential receptacle determined by Jungian archetypes and the collective subconscious, would be inhabited by paranatural energies when an AWE occurred in its vicinity, creating an altered item. Over time, a link was created by an astral plane to that item, making it an object of power. So many additional theories have been raised since Dr. Ash's time. Objects of power were placed on Earth as tests by some astral entity. Our dimension was once part of the astral plane, and the objects were left behind as its borders receded. Or the astral plane was an early threshold into the oldest house, but the connection was severed, and now the two are linked solely through objects of power. I will attempt to disprove some of these in order to thin the herd. Hopefully the truth will emerge. Refer to file blah 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 for whatever.
Questions recently regarding HR.
I'm gonna watch that video in a minute. I think this was what it was. Dear Dr. Darling, I suspect my colleague Dr. Harrington has already contacted you asking for an increase in her department's budget. I'm not surprised. Parapsychology always has been the squeaky wheel. All fuss but no results. Parakinesiology has always been the stronger department. More breakthroughs, more tangible data, more usable research. I'm sure a man of your esteem can plainly see which department is more deserving of the budget increase. Just think what those additional resources could do for an already formidable research team. Anyway, I know you're a fan of single malt, so I left a bottle of well-aged brown on your desk. Yours in admiration, Dr. Abraham Lewis. Here's the video. It's playing in the corner right now.
I've been fielding questions recently regarding HRAs. What are they for? Do you always need to wear them?
Bro has not slept for a week.
What's the deal with the hadron resonance anyway? Fuck. Despite what you may have heard, HRAs are not monitoring devices. We're not tracking your movements or listening to your conversations while you're wearing them. We do that regardless whether or not you're wearing an HRA. Think of them as a life preserver. Only instead of water, the thing HRAs protect you from is classified. One day that classified, not water, might pour in, and you'll be glad you got an HRA keeping you afloat. And if you don't have an HRA, don't worry. It'll be quick and painless. Kidding. I'm kidding. We're making more.
They didn't make enough.
What are they for? Do you always need to wear them?
Resonance theory. Resonance, it's there, but we can't see it. It vibrates around us, through us, from us. But what if the vibration is conscious? What could a force like that do? Someone opened a door to someplace I've called someplace. The place emits a force that is far beyond the forces we've previously dealt with, that has shown me so much that I have to wonder. Is resonance the key element in all altered phenomenon? AWEs, altered items, objects of power, do they share a common resonance that we've yet to discover? We can harmonize control points. What else would the correct frequency allow us to achieve? What if resonance has been the answer this whole time? Refer to file for full report. I am pressing the wrong buttons. Oh my god, there's so many things to read here. Astral plane counter essay. Dr. Darling is insistent that certain objects of power share a direct connection to the board, an entity or group of entities that we have little information on, or little that I'm allowed to access. In his written reports, he states that there is a clear link between these objects of power, the board, the astral plane, and the oldest house itself. His work supposes these links are innate, a fact ingrained into the very essence of objects such as the hotline or the surface weapon. But what if these particular objects were never linked to the board, but had that connection forced upon them? Isn't it strange that no other objects of power require such direct contact with the board? Isn't it strange that using the service weapon or the hotline will result in grievous harm or even death if the user is not the director, or at least worthy of the role? Why do we not assume this involvement by the board is a natural... Why do we assume this involvement by the board is a natural fact and not something more sinister? It's a big way to say this, sinister. This battle music's going on kind of funky.
Despite what you may have heard,
Tick, 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 tick. Oh, shut up. I'm going to dimensional research. Suck my balls.
Possibly changing labyrinth. Can never pass through. Dimensional research.
A lot of things happening.
I'm averse to using objects of power. I don't want to lean on things I ultimately can't trust. But the ashtray and the cigarette, smoking there forever, have their uses. The ashtray maze they conjure is an impossibly changing labyrinth that no one but the binder, and those the binder invites, can ever pass through. The things we hid in dimensional research, the things Darling studies, the danger and the risk involved, call for every measure of security and protection I could bring to the table. The maze, hands down, is our strongest lock. I gave Darling and his chosen crew license to pass through the maze. Lately, I've started to think I should revoke that license.
Every measure of security.
I'll show off the ashtray maze. That's right, I didn't hear. This is the ashtray maze. And it is a maze. You'll see. See? Well, I can't go that way, so I gotta go this way. But I can't go that way, so I gotta go back this way. It just spits me back out over here. So I can't do anything here. Like, I can't go that way further until after I bind the ashtray the ashtray itself. But I have to find the ashtray to bind it. Not that that's difficult, I just don't like... I just have to find it, it's story-wise. Downstairs we go. Dude attacking me. Okay, parapsychology is set up to open. I'm going back up here because there was a shelter I didn't even get to open because of the fight. That's an orange mod. That's a level 4. It's the same thing that I have, but better. Emergency call summary. A possible AWE in which an unnamed individual experienced transcorporeality via a phone line. Event is notably similar to AWE, in which event is believed to have been caused by, and as a result, the following measures have been taken to prevent. Don't fucking ask me. I don't even know. Like that one was completely set up so I couldn't even look at it anymore. Researching records. His sniper. Let's go. They specialize in eliminating threats from a distance using telltale searchlights affixed to their rifles for search for targets. They are no less lethal. The corruption has not changed their tactics. They clearly prefer to maintain a good distance from their target, waiting in elevated positions for a clear shot. Care should be taken in open spaces. Check the balconies. I should note that their rifles are equipped with the bayonet for close quarters combat, and they are well aware of how to use it. It's a giant tree. So it. Wait, what's back here? A box? Can I open that? Oh, I can. I don't want to open that. So Marshall's supposed to be in parapsychology, right? I don't want to go to parapsychology yet because this room's big and there's a lot of stuff here. This is like the center of the research department, so it's got like a cafeteria and everything. Hang on, you'll see the this is the cafeteria out over there, but I'm going. That goes down further. That's the mold department. Threshold utility. Thresholds have always been sources of great inspiration and great challenge. When a new threshold manifests in the oldest house by probably building shifts, we never know what new discoveries it will provide to the Bureau, but we must always seize these opportunities. This report will examine the process of distinguishing recent threshold effects based on their utilitarian possibilities. The quarry brought black rock, one of our most invaluable discoveries, but if the mold has any scientific value, it has been difficult to find due to the lengths we must go to in fighting back the particularly prolific plant. These are very distinct cases and worth comparing as their study offers vastly different dangers and rewards. Hubert, Black Rock analysis. Hi, Carla. Does it strike you as odd that Dr. Darling insists on having us appear in those bizarre videos of his? I mean, we just stand there. He doesn't even let us have lines or anything. Don't get me wrong, beats a day in the lab. Plus, it's always great to work with you. Oh yeah, I finished the comparative analysis of the 2 Black Rock samples you sent. The Prism, or whatever you called it, I filed them in the usual place under C for Carla. A handy mnemonic device, right? Haha. Anyway, let me know if there's anything you want to discuss about the data. I'll gladly explain. Maybe we could chat about it over some drinks or dinner even. I can't remember the last time I had a good steak. Maybe we could go together after work sometime. Free tomorrow. All the best, Hubert. Hubert's trying to rizz up Carla. I don't know if that's going to work for him. I don't know these people. For who among us has touched the foundations of this world and deemed them solid? Bathroom. You know the deal, I gotta check the stalls. Anybody in here? Anybody in here? Nobody's in this bathroom. What about in the men's bathroom? Is there anyone in here? Why did that door open so slow? Okay. Is there seriously not a control point in here? Weird.
She's in trouble. I need to reach her.
Emergency call supplement. Transcript of a call to the California State Emergency Services. 911, what is your emergency? Hello? Hello, I'm here. Can you hear me? I can hear you, ma'am. Where are you? I'm inside the wires. I'm lost. Ma'am, have you been drinking tonight? I feel like I'm stretched through the wire towards you. Don't hang up. I might go if you hang up. Go where, ma'am? Go. Gone. Away. Okay, and can you describe your surroundings? Unknown noise. Ma'am? Hello? Ma'am? Dispatcher attempted to call the number back, but it was no longer in service. You look scary. I don't want to fuck with you. Bye.
What you see is not what you always get.
This one's a better view.
This is vitally important to the Bureau. Most information on the astral plane is classified, but we can talk in broad strokes, keeping in mind that these are staggeringly complex systems, and simplification does them no justice. Now, the white, non-space, the ever-present, inverted black pyramid. The board. All linked. Intrinsically tied to the oldest house, tied to the director, the process of choosing a director, tied to all objects of power in terms of who controls them. Yes.
Cool. Fuck. they're unlocking Pierce for me. I might even end up getting Pierce before I get Spin. Pierce is pretty good. Countermeasures. Ooh, oh god, I just moved. Astral Exhibition. The Astral Exhibition was originally built for the astronauts to use as a training location, a place to grow accustomed to the sights and sounds of the astral plane before diving into the real thing. Could have done a better job with it, but Darling was being stingy with the budget. However, once we decided to repurpose the space similar to how zoos hope familiar surroundings will affect the well-being of their animals. We hope to observe the behavior in a environment similar to its home dimension. So far, it just breaks everything we put in with it. But Rome wasn't built in a day. New naming conventions have been established for the astral entity now known as Astral Spike. Outdated terms in this report have been redacted. Is this... No, not a threshold, kids.
The hypothesis was that the mindscape of the astral plane is subjective. But that was fast proven wrong. It's an actual place, not a construct of the mind, even though it is with our minds that we enter and experience it. But then one could argue that that's the case with all reality. We've been able to record footage of the astral plane by monitoring the brain activity of those experiencing it. That is the only concrete material that has come out of the astral plane expeditions. Apart from one shocking exception. In the astral plane footage, we're always in the vicinity of the pyramid. We've concluded that this, not the entire plane, is what the board controls. We have glimpsed movement, native species, always in the distance, and yet contact was made. We don't have footage of this, a technical malfunction, but when one of our astronauts returned, a brain cloud, an astral fugue, had hitchhiked a ride in his head. It ruptured out, killing the subject in question. It's a relentless predator, pursuing thoughts, minds, lethal to those the entity feeds on. Proper containment protocols are to be observed when dealing with it.
Yes. Yep, there it is.
I can't believe they keep that thing here.
You know what? I honestly don't care about this major targets thing. Like, it is important, but it's also not important. Alright, well, I'm all out of time for this episode today, everybody. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!